You said something, real interesting. I think it was right at the bowl game or right near the end of the season. Someone asked you about being in 3 different systems in 3 different years, and you a lot of quarterbacks, a lot of players would say, "Oh, geez, that's tough," but you didn't seem to take it as a negative at all.
No, I mean being a guy that's able to be in 3 different systems actually, I think, allows you to kind of broaden your horizons and really take in a lot of different things that a lot of different coaches are trying to express, and you're able to kind of be able to widen your game and kind of put more ammo in your case and allow you to kind of see what you're good at and kind of see what you're able to work on and what you're able to actually excel at. And I think that each coach really brought something different to the table for me to really be able to push myself and to make sure that I was coming out every single day and trying to make myself better. So being in 3 different systems, obviously one has a little bit more carryover than the other, obviously with Coach Signetti with this system that I'm learning now. So I'm kind of reverting back to that system to kind of help me with Coach Chris so far.
What benefit do you get from each coach? Start with Wanstead.
Well, Coach Wanstead, I mean, he was kind of that guy that brought me in. He believed in me. He obviously gave me the scholarship and said that he wanted me to be here at the University of Pittsburgh. And that was my first year starting under Coach Signetti, and that was kind of the person that I looked up to the most because obviously I learned the most that I possibly could off of him. And being my first year, went through those growing pains and obviously was able to be in the tribulations of the fire and everything. And then Coach Graham came in and he pushed me every single day. He said, don't try to be the best here at the University of Pittsburgh. Try to be the best in the country, and the way that you work and the way that you carry yourself in the film room. And that really hit me hard. I wanted to make sure that every day I was going out and making sure that I was competing not only against the quarterbacks on our team, but quarterbacks in the country, making sure that I was trying to be the best quarterback in the Big East and making sure that no one was outworking me in the film room or off the field. And then Coach Chris really has come in and kind of brought that NFL mindset into it, being that quarterback junkie, that making sure that there's no stone unturned, making sure that there's no answer that you don't know, that whenever you step on the field that you're in total command of every aspect of the play, every aspect of the huddle, and making sure that if there's a question being asked that you're able to answer it. So each coach and each person has really been able to bring out certain aspects in me, I think, as a player to really help me to generate the player I am today.
So you were in Charlotte while you were growing up most of the time, right?
No, sir. I moved about 9 times.
Oh, yeah?
Whenever I was younger, so we bounced around from each place to place, and we lived in a place. I think longest I lived in a place was 4 or 5 years, and the shortest was 6 months. So It was one of those things that you had to be able to make a quick change.
So wherever he was coaching is where you guys went?
Yes, sir.
And what place were you 6 months? You ever go to school there?
Michigan State, yes. I was in school there. It was my sixth grade year. I actually didn't get to play football that year because we missed the sign-ups and everything. So we didn't get to play football there. But obviously he got the call from the Carolina Panthers, and we just packed up our stuff and moved on our way.
Now you came to Central your junior year, right?
Yes, sir.
And what brought you back to Pittsburgh?
Well, I was down in North Carolina, and my dad was coaching for the Carolina Panthers at that time, and things happened down there, and at the school I was going to, and I needed to make a change socially and athletically, everything. And we looked at schools down there, and I'd always come back to Pittsburgh. I mean, this is home for me. My entire side of my dad's family lives here. I mean, obviously Sunseri's down the strip.
Sure.
I mean, my grandparents still live at the same house that my dad grew up in, and whenever we'd come back, I'd go down to Central because my dad went there and my uncle went there. And I'd always go down there and work out, because whenever you come back home, it doesn't mean you get to take time off from working out. You still have to make sure that you're working out, throwing the football, and kind of making sure that your skills stay at the top of your game. So whenever it came down to being able to pick a school, I felt like Central was the best fit for me to be able to finish off my high school career, to have that stable situation. Pittsburgh, not only was it a place for me to come to for high school, but it was a place for me to come back and be with family.
What's the Sunseri family reunions like?
Oh my goodness, the best thing you could possibly think of. Just filled with love. I mean, that's the best thing. You know, one of the main reasons I wanted to come to the University of Pittsburgh is because, I mean, I have 19, 20 cousins, and then I have 4 or 5 aunts and uncles. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
to be able to come back and be with those people and to have them at each game and to have people that love you no matter what and to be there in your corner is huge and to be at a family gathering. I mean, my grandma, I remember when I was little, she'd have to make 3 or 4 turkeys, and everybody would be down in the basement, and there'd be laughter, and there'd be the kids' table, there'd be the grown-ups' table, but everybody was always around each other and always looking out for each other, and that's the best thing as I could possibly say about my family, is that it's just full of love. There's no selfish. Everybody's so unselfish and caring about each other, and that's the best thing about it is that they look out for one another, and I'm blessed.
We were talking earlier, there haven't been many 3-year starters here at quarterback, and you're on the verge of being one of them. What would that mean to you to be able to step in where Marino and Palco and those guys were?
Well, it shows that obviously hard work, and obviously it'd be a tremendous thing to be in the same sense as Mr. Marino and obviously Tyler, as somebody both that I look up to. It would be a tremendous honor, but obviously the biggest thing that they did is they won, and that's what I want to do, is that whenever I leave here, I want to be known as a winner. I want to win games. I want to bring another Big East championship back to the University of Pittsburgh. That's the #1 thing I'm thinking about.